Greetings, salutations, and good now. I'm Kevis Major, doing it major, using the insights and governance of astrology. In today's video, we are going to be talking about Venus entering Taurus. And this is a major planetary placement. Venus is going home. She's going home. She's going home. And we're here to tell the world that Venus is going home. So from June 6, 2025, what a year to be alive. Love, money, pleasure, personal value, and our attractiveness and our attractability goes back to basics. So in today's video, we're going to be breaking it down and talking about why Venus entering Taurus, this grounded shift, is going to be major, but also has some surprising twists from some interesting aspects that are going to be hitting us from day one. Before we go any further, smash the like, smash the subscribe, and drop a little comment down below, man. Let me know what you're thinking and what you're feeling when it comes to Venus moving into Taurus. On June 6, 2025, Venus moves into Taurus, her home sign. This is a dignified placement, meaning that Venus operates at her utmost best in Taurus. And we all know what Taurus is. I have a Taurus video. I'm going to link it here so you could check out the Taurus energy. It's fixated Earth. Venus actually rules Taurus, which makes the themes of security, comfort, beauty, and attraction even more physical, sensual, and most importantly, intentional. This isn't like the fast flirt when Venus was in Aries. Venus in Taurus is all about royalty and loyalty, royal and loyal connections. We are going to place more value on the relationships that we have, and even our finances are going to move into a mindset of build something that is going to last. And this is where we're going to want to be consistent and persistent and purposeful, so we could attract peace that is protected and that is going to be lasting. Think about earthy luxury, right? So beautification, good food, nice fabric, good connections and relationships, having long, meaningful conversations over a well-aged bottle of rum. We are thinking about steady streams of income that accumulate wealth over time that we could pass down to our generations. Venus here wants us not just to want things, but to own it. And you know, we feel like we deserve it here when Venus is in Taurus. We know that Venus is going home, but she's not going home to a clean house. We're going to be having some messy aspects on the first day that, you know, we're going to have to overcome and tackle. I'm going to try my best to break it down, but it is a lot. Venus is going to be trining Mars, and Mars is in Leo. We see this as a beautiful placement because Mars it's in its home sign, Venus is in her home sign, and so this is a beautiful and harmonious placement where fire meets earth. Venus is all about that classic love, and you know, Mars could even be sex. This trine, you know, is going to really support attractiveness. It's going to support our drive creatively and sensually, and just help us to harmonize our relationships with passion, with purpose. And we are going to be taking action in some way, shape or form, interacting with people, places, things, circumstances that we love, whether it is those meaningful relationships and connections or our financial goals. There's a sextile with Jupiter. Jupiter is going to be in Cancer. This is also a beautiful, you know, alignment, because anything that Jupiter touches expands, and so there's going to be growth when it comes to, you know, finances or financial opportunities and capabilities. Our emotional maturity and intelligence is going to expand, but that could be from tests and tribulations and trials, you know, or it could just be that, okay, we're being able to attract those beautiful connections and emotional states that we were referring to earlier. These relationships are going to be rooted in security and longevity. So this is a good time for, wise investments, whether it is investing your time, your energy, or your money. Venus is also going to be squaring Pluto in Aquarius. This is a pressure point, this is a tension point, as Pluto is always seeking to gain power and to take control. Venus just wants to be comfortable in Taurus. We're talking about having good relationships, having good finances, and Pluto is going to be showing you, well, hey, these are some stuff that we could eliminate, these are stuff that we could stop doing, these are, some measures or some things that need to be broken down, taken out of your daily routine, that could definitely help to improve relationships and overall longevity. Pluto in Aquarius deals with group dynamics as well. Definitely going to be a situation involving a group, your associates, your affiliates, and things that are connected to long-term goals and agendas. There's also going to be opposition with Moon in Scorpio. Now, Moon falls in Scorpio, meaning that we have to work a bit harder to feel comfortable, to feel safe and secure. So Moon in Scorpio is showing us the background, the psychology, the psyche, what we need to do behind closed doors in order to, get that long-term, sustainable, beautiful connections that Venus, wants to have in Taurus. It's not going to be all sugar, spice, and everything nice. Like, we have to go into the underworld and dig up a few mental states and different moods that sustain longevity. We're not finished as yet because there are some minor aspects that are usually overlooked, but I think they are important to mention for this Venus placement that we're having. There's an octal to the Sun, which is a minor frictional aspect that is going to add pressure. You see, Sun in Gemini influences us in a way that makes us flexible and versatile and adaptable. It makes us mentally stimulated, and we could vary from time to time. But Venus wants us to slow down and lock in on the priority, the most important relationships, the most important financial decisions and situations that we could put ourselves in. So while Sun in Gemini is kind of like searching and being curious, Venus wants to lock it down, and so we could be, giving off or even have torn or mixed feelings internally. We also have semi-sextiles that are going to be aspecting Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. These may be minor, but altogether they're going to add to the melting pot of tension. Saturn and Neptune are both conjuncting in early degrees Aries. Saturn in Aries is all about growing up and maturing. This semi-sextile is saying grow up about your desires and the things that you want, the things that you think that are going to bring harmony to your life. Neptune is saying don't confuse your fantasies and your desires and the things that you wish could happen with your core values. Are your fantasies and your best wishes and your wildest imagination rooted and grounded in truth and reality, or is it grounded in escapism and trying to run away from your life? There's also Uranus in Taurus saying that, hey, freedom and stability can coexist. You could be comfortable and have the longevity, but you could also have spontaneity and be free. All right, so we know that Venus is going home in Taurus, and we know that the first day is going to be a bit hectic. But let's look at Venus's journey through Taurus. Now, she has three major aspects. She moves into Taurus on the 6th, where she begins squaring Pluto. Square is going to be most prominent around the 9th, just days after she enters. And so we already talked about deep power dynamics in relationships and in money is going to be exposed. This may be uncomfortable but necessary for what we're trying to build long term in terms of our money and our relationships. Think about this as a time for an emotional detox or an emotional purge. On June 14th, Venus in Taurus is going to be opposing Lilith in Scorpio. Now, Lilith is this raw, rebellious energy that just wants to do whatever it wants to do and express your desires in a selfish type of way. However, Lilith in Scorpio deals with, joining your energy with others, and Venus in Taurus deals with how you relate to others. And so, this could be a sort of frustrating aspect, pushing us to, even own up to our wild desires and selfish tendencies when it comes to relationships and power dynamics. On June 27th, Venus is going to make her final major aspect, which is going to be a sextile to the North Node in Cancer. We see this as a beautiful alignment because Venus is all about Venus in Taurus is all about long-term connections, long-term investments, long-term luxuries, right? And having a good, stable situation with people, places, things, circumstances, and situation. The North Node in Cancer speaks towards your destiny and your future and the goal, right? And the goal, Cancer, is all about nurturing, taking care, creating a structure and a safe destination, whether it's a relationship or financial situation or whatever. We see this as a harmonious flow of energies concluding the Taurus season. Yes, we've made it to the end of the video. Venus goes home into Taurus. Secure the bag and secure your heart. This placement is asking us one thing: is it real? Is it valuable? And can it last? Is there longevity and sustainability? This month is where we are learning to attract what we really want and what we're truly ready for. Slow down, ground yourself, and let worth, not worry, lead the way. Major farewell until we meet or greet again. I'm Kevis Major, doing it major.